Good morning, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Onegashimasu. So I hope everyone's well. Nice to see you all. I'm going to read number 5, the Shokshu number 5, the 1 point in the lower abdomen. The universe is a limitless circle with an infinite radius. This condensed becomes the individual, then further condensed becomes the 1 point in the lower abdomen. This gift of 1 point is the very center of the universe. Let us calm our mind in this 1 point, and we will automatically experience the infinite key of the universe. What Toi Sensei is telling us is something very profound here. You know, we read these shokshu again and again, and maybe a little bit we become used to them. We become inured to the depth or we don't allow them to penetrate deeply enough in us when we hear the words. Consider to calm our mind in this 1 point, that we will automatically experience the infinite key of the universe. And of course, this is so. Everyone right now, every one of you is experiencing the infinite key of the universe in the 1 point, in your body, mind. But do you know that you're experiencing it? So our practice is to stop assuming and not take things for granted, but at the same time, be open to what's already happening in our mind body, what we've already been given. We don't have to reach out and get anything different. We don't have to go anywhere. We don't have to do anything. It's all right here. You know, people often ask me about what they should do about COVID-19, for instance. It's not rocket science, you know. It's very simple. You know, you stay at home as much as you can. If you have to work, if you have to go out to work, or if you have to go out to a grocery store, you stay away from big crowds. But if you have to go somewhere, you sanitize your hands before you go in, you wear a mask, you sanitize, and you stay away from people, and you sanitize your hands when you come out, and that's it. You don't have to watch hours and hours of educational news about COVID. Do you know what that does to your mind? It's all right here, folks. Practice. We practice. This is a wonderful opportunity that we have to be alone with ourselves in our practice. And if we're fortunate enough to have a partner or other people that live in our home with us, maybe children, then it's an opportunity to practice sharing, giving to them in a way that maybe we weren't aware to do in the past. So this is not something to be afraid of. Of course, it's to be respected and to be attentive, but that's our practice, to be attentive, to pay attention all the time, but never to be afraid, never to be worried, never to be unnecessarily nervous or concerned. So that's, and I cannot, you know, I can say that, but of course I cannot know what is going on with you, but each of you can know. So in your sitting, pay attention and see if there is unnecessary concern in your mind body. Yeah. So when we sit together, let's celebrate the infinite key of the universe. Okay, we'll begin with some key breathing. So some of you, a few of you are fortunate enough to be able to be moving in the dojo again already. If you're in Germany, I think, or in the Netherlands, and some other places, maybe Japan, you may be having regular classes. So you're very fortunate. We're all jealous of you. But all of us move around. We move around our house, we get up at night, move around, get up in the morning, go sit, come out, have tea or coffee, go to work if we work, go for a walk in the neighborhood, get some exercise. We're always moving. Even right now, we're sitting still, but you can notice that you're moving. Your body moves a bit. So all the while, this movement, and when we're in attention, when we're practicing Shugyo, we are experiencing the key of the infinite key of the universe moving our body. This is how our body moves. And it's something we can be constantly aware of, not thinking about it, but just feeling it, even when we're engaged very intensely in some writing something or painting something or cooking something, or maybe working on some document, or even in a meeting with another person. Still, we can experience this all the time. We're made this way. So don't think, well, okay, well, I'll pay attention to that one. I don't have to pay attention to all this other stuff. No. It's our constant condition, and it's particularly important now too, because we have to be so attentive when we go in the grocery store, for instance, and are walking around. You don't want to bump into somebody. You don't want to insult someone by getting too close to them. You have to be very attentive to everyone's needs and respectful of everyone's concerns. Some people are really freaked out, so you don't want to disturb them any further. You want to support everyone. Okay, so how we experience our movement is what this Shoshu I read tonight is all about. So if you'd like to say something about that, I would appreciate it. Or maybe you might have a question about that, how that works, or what's going on with that. I'm right here.
Hi, Sensei.
Hello, Carlos.
Good morning. Muy bien, gracias.
Sí.
My question is, it's related to this, the key saying, the practice of one point. You know, we go through these stages where of deepening understanding of one point, deepening calmness. And sometimes this process is very gradual and slow, and sometimes it can be more dramatic. And I've become aware over the years that sometimes in relation to struggle, when we're struggling, it can be more dramatic, this deepening. So would you say something about that, Sensei?
I would love to, actually, because it's the key for so many of us in so many conditions, particularly now. Of course, the tendency is to struggle. to stay well, to stay sane, locked up in our houses, to stay generous-hearted, to stay open, to make a living, to get by, all these things. But we, of course, we're conditioned to feel that, to look for, to seek out pleasure, a good feeling. When I say that the key of the universe is moving through us at any time, at all times, or when Toy Sensei says this, he means just that. And the feeling of the flow of the key of the universe infinitely moving in us is a feeling that can't be equaled by any kind of pleasure and cannot be depressed by any kind of pain, any kind of pain. So if we struggle, and we're also practicing at the same time, then we're noticing the cosmic joke there. We're noticing that we're struggling against something that has our very best interest in mind. Because everything that arises is for our benefit. Everything that arises is for us to have a deeper understanding of our own condition, whether it's pleasurable or painful or anything in between. Always that's why the teaching is rest in Shugyo at all times. And continue practicing Keiko with a free and open mind. And remembering that freedom or freeness, freedom, it doesn't mean you just get to have all pleasure, or you get to do whatever you like to do, or you get all good things in your life. That's not freedom. That's bondage. Can you imagine if we only had pleasure, what our life would be like? There would be no challenge. We would be bored to tears. There would be no attentiveness. There would be no reason to be attentive. So that we'd all become very lazy, maybe sitting around on couches and becoming obese. And this is what would happen if we had all pleasure. It's crazy to think about such things. And yet, that's how we act sometimes, isn't it? We actually struggle to keep the pleasure and get rid of the pain. But it's all there for us. It's all there for us to help us understand what is going on, how we are awakening, how the key of the universe moves through our body at all times. Okay. Okay, so would anyone else like to say anything? How about Alyona from Russia? Do you have something to say? You look like you do.
Hello, Sensei. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
I just was thinking about that today. I was feeling the movement, as you said, condense. Maybe I feel that I was condensing my body, but still feel the movement. And exactly in Kakudaiho, and I feel I heard the sound, and just it helps me to feel this movement of ki. So I just want to share this feeling.
Well, that's wonderful. I'm glad to hear that you're experiencing that. And,
Thank you for.
And that you can experience it this all the time. Of course.
But,
sorry,
Sensei. But I don't feel it when I do ki breathing. Maybe it's more challenging for me. when I do maybe, but in this
Well,
meditation, I feel it more easier.
well, it's great that we have different meditations so you can experience that. But of course, we all have this issue. In other words, there's some things that when we're doing them, we are so distracted by the process of doing them. Maybe something to do with our work, or maybe certain kind of people, or maybe something about driving our car. There are all these different kinds of tasks that we do during the day, cooking, doing the dishes, cleaning, all the different things. Even reading a book or watching television, watching a film on television, which I think we're all doing a lot these days. So if you do that, you're free, just like in Kakudaiho Shichuho, to experience the infinite movement in your body. But of course, we have to notice this. So it's our practice. That's why we practice, because none of us is perfect. And we often have situations that cause us to forget our condition, our natural condition that we're born with. We'll forget to experience the beauty and to be grateful for that, because we get wrapped up in some difficulty, which Carlos calls struggling. So we're struggling to do something. And when we struggle, we forget who we are, where we are, what we're here for, what it's all about. So noticing is the key. Awareness, paying attention, noticing what is happening in our bodies at all times. Okay,